I was deciding the All-Star game, who would be the All-Stars on the field with that? The only thing that has caused that has changed is there is that rule, and I did stick to it, that one team has to have an All-Star. That includes the White Sox, that includes the Rockies. They have to have at least one. So that's fine. That's the old trick in the book. So you get all the fans of all the teams to root for the one guy, whatever, even if the team doesn't. So here we go. This is like if the All-Star game, these are the guys I think are the most deserving, especially the starters and the pitchers, I think, for the most part. Cal Raleigh, I don't have him in the MVP vote, I think, but certainly he's been outstanding. I think he's ahead of Judge. He's been now flip-flopping with Judge as far as who's leading the AL in home runs. So you got to have Cal Raleigh, obviously, to start. Paul Goldschmidt, I'm going to leave him at first base for the Yankees. He's been really, really good for them. Surprising. I think a lot of people thought Goldschmidt was kind of maybe past his prime or whatever. He's really played well for them. So you definitely have to put him there. You look at all the stats. Paul Goldschmidt. Brandon Lowe of the Rays. Rays have, again, been better than you thought. The offense, again, better than you thought. Lowe has been really good for them. So Brandon Lowe, I think, is going to start. If I was to start, I would actually use him at second base. Jose Ramirez is at third. That's pretty chalk right there. Ramirez has been at or near the top as far as one of the better third basemen in the American League now for the last couple of years. Here's a rookie, Jacob Wilson, probably right now could have the best batting average in the entire AL. So definitely you get points for me playing in that terrible situation in Sacramento as well. But he's been fantastic for them. Good defense. He's good defensively as well. He's not just, he's hitting very well. He's good defensively as well. So he's been really good. Riley Green, I think for the Tigers, is hitting a lot of home runs. I think the Tigers definitely at the top as far as being one of the better teams in the American League. I think Riley Green is there. Steve Kwan, I think I've always liked Steve Kwan. I think like the only thing wrong with him throughout his career, he's not a power hitter, but everything else hits average as well. He's always near the top of the league in hits as he is this year. Aaron Judge, we know. The only thing with Aaron Judge, I don't know why anybody's pitching to him. They walked him twice. I should be seeing that all the time. The way he's just putting everything in the seats, hitting well over 350 most of the year. Ryan Hearn, I think, is probably the Oriole hitter that is deserving as well. How much longer is he going to be an Oriole? But how bad would it have been without Ryan O'Hearn for the Orioles this year? So definitely do that. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith is the catcher for the Dodgers. I think I can't argue that. I think like steady and not spectacular has probably been the whole tone of his career. That's kind of what he's done. Pete Alonso, all the talk about Juan Soto and all that, etc. Pete Alonso, I think, has been really good for the Mets. I think even Mets, they're kind of not realizing this. Looking at it here, I would have Alonso there to start. Kentel Marte, I think, has been finally getting national recognition for being the best second baseman in all of baseball. I think that's absolutely true right now. Marte, I think the Diamondbacks haven't been good this year, but Marte has been fantastic. Kind of the same in the American League with Jose Ramirez, Manny Machado at or near the top year after year at third base. I think Manny, is a bit of a resurgence. I think they kind of really needed Manny to be good this year. He's been good for him this year. So see a little bit more of a leadership with him as well. So good for Manny. I have him at third. Ellie De La Cruz. I pumped the brakes a little bit with the De La Cruz hype beforehand, but he's been good as well all year long. Definitely stealing a lot of bases. I love stealing bases. He hits for average. Defensively, I think he's a freak of nature as well. So you have De La Cruz. Corbin Carroll there and Pete Curl Armstrong as well. Corbin, I would pick. I don't know if he's going to play. He went on the DL, so I don't know if he's actually going to be healthy enough to be in the game. So Armstrong, I would have as the starter, if not. Armstrong, I think, is the probably other than Jake Wilson, the biggest shock, I think, in all of baseball. This guy is leading in every offensive category. Looks like at near the top in the National League. He's been fantastic. James Wood, I think the the trade and all the prospects he's coming due. Nats, I think, have one of the better center fielders in baseball, one of the best outfielders in all of baseball. One of my favorite players ever is Kyle Schwarber. He's been fantastic. I think Schwarber, again, nearing the league lead of home runs, not hitting 220 anymore, not hitting 230, not 300 and all that, but 250, solid. Definitely a big score for the Phillies. Shohei Ohtani, we know. Man, Dodger Jason even tried to tell me he's struggling for his standards. Maybe like he's got like 25 home runs, or just about. So Shohei Ohtani there as well. Reserves in the American League. I'll move a little quicker here. Alejandro Kirk is the Blue Jays representative, probably the one guy that they have on their roster. Got to have one. I think he's probably been their best. Jonathan Armada for the Rays. I think Rays offense is better than what you think it is. They have a couple guys here that have been really good. Gleyber Torres, I think, is also, too, you look at the Tigers contributing to that best record. Alex Bregman, center of controversy there. I definitely think he deserves it, even though he's had the injury that's kind of missed us some time. But I definitely would put Bregman in. Bobby Witt, I think probably this is the guy who's going to be the best shortstop right now in the league. No gunner. Not close. Bobby Witt has been fantastic. Jared Duran, I think I had a Red Sox fan tell me at church, this is our new leader. Jared Duran, now with Devers out the door, this is the guy that's going to lead us going forward. So I think that tells you a lot about how he's played and what they think. Julio Rodriguez is at center field. I'm waiting for him to see a little bit more out of him, too. I keep saying that. But he's been good, but we're still waiting for those awesome numbers that we like. Altuve, I'm giving it to him in right field. I don't know why he's in right field, but he's definitely, the stats have been there. I think it's definitely a thing fine to put Jose Altuve in the All-Star game in right field. Miguel Vargas, probably the closest thing the White Sox have to an All-Star as well. You got to have one. I think that's probably it. Jeremy Pena, shortstop. He's the guy in the Astros. I think Astros have been offensively okay, but I think Pena has been a guy like you definitely take a look at. Again, Junior Camarillo, got to have him. He's been fantastic for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays here so far. Not great at the start. Not great. A little bit of a tail lately, but been really good overall. Rockies having Hunter Goodman. That's their all-star at center, the all-star catcher. So definitely got to have Hunter Goodman there. Freddie Freeman for the Dodgers. We know he's the best hitter. I think Freddie Freeman might be the best hitter in all of baseball. I mean, in terms of the last few years. In terms of pure hitter, I don't know if there's a better one than Freddie Freeman. I told you Tommy Edman was do well in the Dodgers. I think that the playoffs was just a start. I think he's definitely all-star worthy of it this year. Austin Riley looks like he's back to form at third base for the Braves. I put him in at third base. Trey Turner, he seems to start slow, but he's been really good lately. So I definitely have Trey Turner there. Jackson Chirino for the Brewers. Pretty close amongst the outfielders. I think he was, but I think this is a good choice. I think Torino, I think we haven't seen the best of him yet as well. I think he's the guy going forward, certainly in the rookie year conversation last year. Andy Pages, you might not know him. He's been fantastic for the Dodgers. I definitely put him. You look at the stats, kind of like Armstrong. Like I see, you're going to see his name a lot. Top 5 in a lot of categories. So he's been really good. Fernando Tatis. I think he's living up to his potential now. I think in the outfield, I think he always had to keep his head on straight. Devers, I think, should be there in the All-Star game now in the National League with the trade, putting him there. Marlins, there's an Oriole name, Kyle Stowers. There you go, right there. Brandon Donovan for the Cardinals, definitely their good average hitter for them as well. Couple more. American League, Tarek Subel, Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Joe Ryan, Jacob deGrom, Garrett Crochet in the pitching. Starting the game, Tarek Subel. Personally, that's what I would do. Pretty close with Max Fried. I don't have a problem if you start either one. I'd like to see Subel there as well. Rodon, Hunter, Joe Ryan. Got to have a Twins. Maybe they leaned to that a little bit, but as well, Jacob deGrom just tore the Orioles apart tonight. He's absolutely, absolutely worthy of that. And Garrett Crochet, absolutely everything you thought that was happening if you get him off the White Sox as well. Relief pitching for the American League. Carlos Estevez, Josh Hader, Felix Bautista, and Andres Munoz, and Aroldis Chapman. Yes, that's right. Aroldis Chapman's been really good for the Sox this year. Felix Bautista, I think, is all-star worthy. Not quite as good as he's been as well, but Hader, Munoz absolutely put those guys in there as well. National League, I'm starting Paul Skeens. One-loss record is totally not his fault. They're just not scoring for him at all. I think that's a tragedy. This guy is the best pitcher, I think, in all of baseball. I think totally, if it's not Turkey. So that's why we put him there. Robbie Ray has been more like his Cy Young self. Zach Wheeler has been fantastic as usual for the Phillies. Cody Singer's ERA has been microscopic for the Mets. Freddie Peralta has been their ace out there for the Brewers. I have him. Logan Webb has been fantastic. The whole Giants rotation has been fantastic as well. David Peterson for the Mets, kind of under the radar, really good for the Mets there as well. Last section, relief pitchers closing it out. Roger Suarez, I think he's going to be healthy enough. I think he went out, but we'll see. But I think he's going to be healthy enough where I'm not sure if Golden Curl is. If he's not, somebody let me know in the comments if he's for sure going to be out. But you're definitely going to have him there as well. Trevor McGill, I think one of the save leaders of the league with the Brewers. Emilio Pagan, Kyle Finnegan with the Nats, I think is good. The best closer entrance, not named Rick Vaughn, Edwin Diaz for the Mets. I think, too, they're paying him a lot of money. They were kind of hoping he'd be real good. He's been fantastic for him all year long. So there you go. That's who should be in the All-Star game. That's the Ravori Sports version. Totally just merit-based. Not the fan vote, not any of that stuff. Starters were the best. Second best were the rest. But totally based on merit. The only other thing was had to stick to one team had to have one. That'd be too unrealistic to do that. So I put that in there. So there you go. One more thing on that. I really, really debated having Jackson Holiday, but I couldn't do it. I don't think Jackson Holiday, as good as he's been, I think, didn't make the cut. I was really hoping he would, but Jackson Holiday quite didn't make the cut there as well. All right, let's talk baseball summer. And I'm telling you, Orioles fans, especially if you like Major League Baseball, I know some of you don't watch minor league baseball and all that, etc. We're going to talk about it today. But you guys really, really should check out the College World Series if you haven't done it as well. I was very impressed with that. So we're absolutely going to talk about that. Where is center field? Put me. I sing the song myself. Put me in code. I'm ready to play. There. Put me in code. I'm ready to play. There you go. Baseball summer 2025. So next few weeks, we're going to talk a little bit more about the MLB draft that's coming up as well. But you guys, if you didn't see it, an outstanding College World Series. This was, I think, I can tell you, we were talking about this last night, like all these times. I know once you get rid of football, like a lot of sports fans kind of wait till you are missing. If you didn't, I don't know what to tell you if you didn't like this College World Series. This was fantastic stuff. I thought, like, especially like some of these games. Who was in it? Coastal Carolina, Arizona, Oregon State, Louisville, Murray State, UCLA, LSU, Arkansas. So, couple names we don't know. Coastal Carolina, you can pretty much say the great parable with them. They were in the final game. They were kind of like the Gonzaga version, if you compare it to college basketball. UNLV, smaller school, not good, but really good in baseball. Been really good. Arizona was there. Pac-10, Pac-12 is coming back. The Pac-12, they're a Big 12 team now, so they were the representative there. Arizona, Oregon State. We already know how great their baseball program has been. They had Adley Rushman there as well. Louisville, I thought, was really tough. I thought the pitching was good. Murray State, underdog. I think they were a little overmatched here in the College World Series. UCLA was there back for the last few years, been out here. LSU and Arkansas, we know, great. They're great SEC as well. There as well. I thought that game before the game was fantastic. The LSU Arkansas game in Game 4, the first game they two matched up. LSU won the game. Great pitching performance by Cade Anderson in that game. That was just fantastic stuff in there. It was fantastic. Not as good as Greg Wood, who actually had a no-no in the series. So Greg Wood actually had a no hitter, no run against Murray State. And Cade Anderson, oh, wow, man. He was that pitching performance. He was series MVP. In the first game against Coastal Carolina was as good anything you'll see anywhere. 130 pitches. Not just the strength of that is impressive enough, but the fact that he was mixing his pitches was just incredible. Mixing the pitches, not just the heaters and all that. Curveball, off speed, blending. It was just fantastic. Shutting down in after inning. Didn't get a lot of run support. Winning the game 1-0 in the first game. Really set the tone. Fantastic in the first game. So they win 2-0, double elimination. They win the second game 5-1. I think it was a little bit more convincing as well. Got the big fly in that. A lot of their guys, they're certainly going to be back, I think, in the College World Series next year. Coastal Carolina, nothing to be ashamed about. Their catcher, Bodine, I think, is Caden Bodine, I think, is going to be the best catcher in this draft. So I think he was fantastic. But they didn't have enough offense. They didn't have enough thunder to match also to the great pitching that LSU had. So great stuff. College World Series final. Next week, we're going to talk about the College World Series as far as who were the best players in the College World Series. We'll go ahead and talk about that next week. So, but outstanding stuff. Outstanding stuff. I definitely highly advise you if that game's on YouTube or anywhere else, ESPN Plus, definitely check that out. Caden Anderson, they are insane. The Nets did not take him after what I saw. That was just so impressive what I saw there with Cade Anderson. Orioles Report. Y'all almost don't deserve a report the way y'all played tonight. Adley Rushman on the 10-day DO. We called Maverick Hanley from Norfolk as well. So definitely check that out there as well. Maverick definitely as well. He got into an incident as well. There. Maverick Hanley had to exit the game on June 22nd against the Orioles. Had a tough collision at the plate with Jazz Chisholm of the Yankees. That was crazy stuff. Basically, if you see Maverick Hanley, so it was a play at the plate, and Hanley was trying to stop Jazz Chisholm from coming in and scoring on the play. So he goes in the baseline and stops him from getting there to run, and Hanley gets hit in the head and actually falls down. It looks like WWE or something like that. But props to him, stays in the game, tried to at least. They took him out of the game for concussion protocol for his own health because he was trying to stay in the game. So he's on 10-day IL after that collision. But shout out to him with that. Chadrick Chomp was brought up from Norfolk in his place after that gnarly collision after Mountie transferred to the 60-day DL. Not a big thing. Mountie, we know he's going to be out for a while anyway. Now, Samuel Basayo, I'm attention this here. Look, I don't know how you fans feel about Adley. He's going to be back. That's the reason they're not bringing Basayo up. They don't want to send him back down and get him. They want to rather have him in Norfolk getting significant playing time. I think some of you guys are done with Adley. I think that's why some of you were calling for Adley there as well, as good as he's been. But I don't think they want to bring him up and send him back down. We still may see him. You never know. That might, baseball's like that. Tomorrow, whatever I said. But I think that's the reason why they didn't bother doing that as well. So it'll be interesting to see. Jacob Stallings signed to a minor league contract, sent Tyler O'Neill to Chesapeake for a rehab assignment. Tyler O'Neill did play in Chesapeake as well. Stallings, they went ahead and signed to a minor league contract as well. Interesting. Now, this is a move, too, for those of you who want Basayo. Could they be signing him because they do have the intention of bringing up Basayo? Interesting that they're bringing up another catcher. And the thing, trade deadline coming up. Zach Eflin, Charlie Morton, who's been better, right? And Tarosano could be pitching depth. So Anthony Dominguez or Greg Soto could boost any bullpen for a playoff push, right? Greg Soto, you can have him. Dominguez, I think, probably relievers are easier to move. You pick ones that are having good seasons that can help you right now, and you get a decent enough final. You kind of know what you're going to get. Eflin has kind of struggled a bit. It seems less likely with all three of these guys. All three, Eflin, Morton, and etc., don't have contracts next year. So you're not going to have them most likely next year anyway. So are you going to wanting to get something here as well? Cameron Weston, three relievers, defeated the Jeanette Swipers for a combined one hitter for Norfolk. Definitely keep your eye on him. So definitely you're talking about moving all these guys. Keep an eye on Cameron Weston, who has been really good at Norfolk here as well. Gary Sanchez, for those of you who don't want him to play, has played well as well. Ryan O'Hearn, we keep talking about how good we had been without Ryan O'Hearn. Trevor Rogers, I thought was fantastic in his last start. I thought this was the bright spot of the week for me, watching Trevor Rogers on the mound. Zach Eflin wasn't good, I think, in his last start. Kobe Mayo, I think we're still kind of waiting. It's okay. Still a rookie. I think we got to give it some time, but he's getting to play every day, and I think that's good. Arias, we know. He's up and down. He's good at times. He's bad at times. Not so great this week. What's going to happen this week? Going to play the Rays at home. So you're definitely going to get that. And going to the Rangers. So tonight you had a game, Texas and Camden Yards. You're going to go down to Texas and play as well. And I think Jackson Holiday and Ryan O'Hearn are the two guys that are carrying all the luggage for you. Gunnar has got to step up and help these guys. You're not helping. Gunnar, I'm seeing 1 for 3, 2 for 4, average around 70. Not seeing him drive the ball, not seeing that, especially with Adley and some guys out. You're missing some guys, so they need more from Gunnar. They are getting it for Jackson Holiday and Ryan O'Hearn. Player of the week, Jackson Holiday. Thank you guys for joining us here on the Ravori Sports podcast. Definitely like and subscribe. For those of you also, too, if you're watching on Twitter right now, share the video with somebody you know, and also to subscribe to the YouTube page. We go ahead. Thank you very much. You have a great week.